This meeting is now recording. Okay, everyone. Welcome, everyone, to our final general meeting for this fall semester 2020. I'm so glad you all could make it today and that you have stuck with us for our very first semester at FIU. We have a lot that we want to cover tonight. Go over, we're essentially at this final general meeting, we'll be recapping what we've done this semester. We'll be going over the next steps for next semester and some other surprises. Uh, second. Oh, that's how it is. Okay, so what is DSC? Does anyone know what a DSC is? Uh, if not, I'll explain. DSC is a student-run community that is supported and recognized by the Google Developers Program, and they empower students through technology. So DSC FIU is a subsidiary of the Google Developer Student Clubs, which is one out of the 5 programs that are run by the Google Developers actual program. There are other programs that they sponsor, such as Google Developers Experts, Women Tech Makers, and GDG. And we are a subset of them. And we, as a DSC, our main goal is to uh, bridge the gap between theory and practice. So how do we do this? We do this through several initiatives that we host throughout the semester, including events and workshops that are aimed at making you a skilled developer, whether it be Java or whether it be in another language of some sort, or also through our very unique initiative called developer communities, which are community-based groups where you can learn all sorts of development and in groups, including mobile development, artificial intelligence, and competitive programming. And finally, we'll be later on during this meeting, we'll be covering more information on the Solution Challenge, which is an annual uh, challenge hosted by Google where we create projects for the community. So who are the people that make this organization so great? Who are the people that have helped us come this far? Well, meet the team. I am your president, Azar Ali. I'm also the DSC lead. We have Lastro Hurtado, who is the VP and Python one-liner god. Casey Sit, who is our coordination lead. Bianca Rubio, who is our program manager, as well as Natalia Diaz, our other program manager, Sabrina Kilo, our marketing lead who creates all of the amazing flyers that you see every week, Danny Bartolini, the outreach lead who makes some of those interesting announcements that you see going out every day and every week, making sure that everyone's informed of our progress. And we have our list of tech leads, starting with Giovanni Noah, who is our main mobile lead, John Quito Graham, professional furry, otherwise known as the AI lead for our organization, Hermes Bonilla, the machine learning lead for DSCFIU, Dewan Harris, is the web dev lead for DSCFIU, and Nathaniel Garcia, the UI UX lead. And before we move on any further, as this has been the end, we are at the end of the semester. I want to thank everyone, especially on the core team, for all of your dedication and all of your support this entire semester. Even though we're a new organization and we're just starting off from scratch, each and every one of you have put in so much time and effort into making DSC so great and such an enjoyable community to be a part of. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you all so much for the work that you put in every single day, because you're making an impact in the lives of FIU CS students and as well as people throughout the world that join our server. So thank you all so much. Next, we will be covering our 3 main developer communities, and you will find out more on what the developer communities are. So leading here to speak about our first developer community, mobile development, we have Gio. Gio, you can take it away.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. I'm Gio, and I'm a tech lead here at DSC. So you can just go to the next slide. Over the fall semester, So we kind of just mainly focused on Dart. So we learned enough Dart, or rather Flutter. We learned enough Dart and Flutter to get started working on a project, just kind of going over design patterns and building out widgets and such. So I'm like, my background is in iOS development, and so Flutter was new to me as well, but I've really enjoyed learning it and building stuff with it. And I'm really excited about the future of the framework. So for now, well, for a while now, we've been really active on Discord voice chat. We've got a lot of folks to download Flutter, start working with it. It's really just like a collaborative environment where we help when we can. And we often like screen share in pair programming, which is awesome. And a few people have wanted to also learn Swift. So we've been working on that as well. For the spring semester, we're considering native development communities along with web dev for those interested. So that'll include iOS and Android. Definitely more Discord collabs. And yeah, generally speaking, like we'll be around to provide support, answer any questions that you have about Flutter, iOS, Android, or really anything else. So yeah, that's it. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you so much, Gio. Next, we have our second developer community, AI/, machine learning. And here to talk about this dev community are the leads, John Pitogram and Hermes Bonilla. You guys take it away.
Okay, so I'll be starting, and then John will give out an announcement. Hey guys, I hope that you guys remember me and John. So I'm Hermes, and then you'll see John in a little bit. So I wanted to start off first by saying that the support of DSC has been awesome. I think we've had a lot of good turnout and a lot of good discussions coming from our dev community. And so some of the things that we've done, we started off going using NLP, which is natural language processing, to try to see the sentiment of certain WhatsApp chats and so on and so forth. And I thought we started out really great, and we ended up also really great with our last dev community being, talking about more of the baseline ML and AI topics. And we also had Spark Dev AI come to join us, and we held them as a guest, and I thought you guys really enjoyed that. So we want to keep the momentum and actually even make it better and bigger, especially because spring semester is more chill normally, so we'll have a bit more time. But so we have a lot of good plans. Some of them we'll share today, and then some we'll learn. You'll learn further on. But so we're going to look into AI algorithms. Yeah, great background, right? We're going to look at just this spring semester. We want to also introduce neural networks. This is extremely important in AI, and probably, well, I mean, my opinion. Yeah, I love the filter. In my opinion, is the most interesting thing about machine learning. So all kinds of neural networks, all kinds of architecture. We'll teach you about that, and we'll get into implementations. And also for the solution challenge, we'll start showing you how to implement it in either TensorFlow or PyTorch, and also using Google Cloud. And yeah, we have some really interesting plans. I hope that you'll stick along with us. And if you have anybody that you know is interested, the more, the merrier. And I'll pass it on to John to give it an announcement. And no Python, sadly.
All right, guys. Winter break's coming. Finals are ending. What's next? How can you continue to learn about artificial intelligence? Well, introducing the AI Winter Challenge 2020. The Winter Challenge is actually going to be the entire winter break. And all we're doing here is just having you guys create a project, any project that you want. As long as it's using some form of AI technology, it's good. And you will be able to submit the project via just by uploading it to GitHub. And then after you have the GitHub, you'll send your GitHub directly to either myself or Hermes. And we'll look over it and pick the top 3 winners. The top 3 winners will just get a shout out on LinkedIn. You'll get like recruiters looking at you because we have, we're DSC. They're going to be like, who are these guys? They'll check out your repo and who knows, you might get your dream job. Might be the next Mark Zuckerberg. Who knows? But yeah, that's our solution challenge throughout the entire winter break. We encourage you guys to apply the QR codes right there. Grab out your phones and just, that's all it is. All right. Moving on to competitive programming, which Lazaro and I can talk about.
All right. Hello, guys. My name is Lazaro Hurtado. I'm the Vice President of DSE. I'm also one of the leads for competitive programming. So real quick, let me just talk about the recap, and then I'll pass it back to John, and he can talk about the spring plans. So what do? We learn about complex algorithms and concepts like computational geometry and the Boyer-Moore majority vote algorithm. The word complex here can be argued against, because according to Geary and some more talented people, it's really easy, of course. And what else do? We also all combined our brain power and tried to fully understand what Dr. Geary taught us during the review sessions and the competitions. At these Friday review sessions, we all got together, we whiteboarded it out. What we learned with Dr. Geary is to make sure we fully understand the concepts he went over, and then we really applied them during these competitions, which were really fun. And we're excited to, continue with this and add some more during the spring, and just make it even better than it was this semester. And I'm gonna pass it off to John to finish the slide.
Yes. So what's our spring plans? The spring plans is participating in actual competitions. Dr. Geary has competitions set up throughout the spring. Mainly, it's most likely going to be local competitions. Obviously, more meetings. We want to create a pipeline. As you guys notice, the competitive programming meeting can be a little bit more involved, but we wanted to create a pipeline so that people who don't have that much experience can easily transition into competitive programming, and rapidly as well. We'll continue doing LeetCode and binary search to make sure you guys get your dream jobs, dream internships. And the one big surprise, I don't know, should I say it? I want to say it. Yeah. The surprise is coming later. Yeah, we'll announce that later. Next.
Oh wait, I was muted, my bad.
I'm muted too. That's so funny. So thank you guys, John and Lazaro. Now we want to bring it to our outreach lead, Danny Bartolini, who is going to discuss more on our newest initiative for next semester, Solution Challenge. Take it away, brother.
Yeah, guys. So shout out to all my Java developers and K-pop dev community. You know who you are. Thank you for coming to this meeting. We wanted to talk to you about the Solutions Challenge. So what exactly is the Solutions Challenge? Mainly, the Solutions Challenge is about two things. It's about learning and your community, contributing something valuable to your community. So when it comes to learning new skills, whenever you do a project, you're learning a lot. And what often happens is that you'll have a really cool idea and work on something that you are really passionate about. And this is a very valuable experience in and of itself. But sometimes what will happen is that even if you have a cool idea, it might not have a very good use case in the real world. And you might just not have many people using your app, whether it be a web app, mobile app, whatever it is. So what if you could make something that is not only interesting to you, but also useful to your community? Something that you make and then it ends up being used by a lot of people and improving their lives. That's what the Solutions Challenge is all about. So this is a very great opportunity because not only will you be able to have on your resume something saying like, oh, I actually made a solution to a real problem, but you'll develop that valuable skill. And probably one of the most rewarding things that you can get out of making a project is making something that you realize people can actually use. And that's what's been done before with the Solutions Challenge, because this is it's actually an annual contest by Google. And last time it was done, there were some really amazing projects. Like, we'll show you more about it later, but there was one, for example, made in South Korea. And there were these students in South Korea that made an app focused on suicide prevention, because South Korea is like a really rich, well-developed country, but they do have an issue that it has one of the highest suicide rates. So they made this application where people could anonymously reach out to each other if they were suicide survivors or if they were having suicidal thoughts. And it's just applications like that that really, really make a difference in a community. And so we actually have a video here now. If you could please play it, Azar. Yes, Java.
Y'all, wait, I don't know if you guys can hear.
Oh, nope.
No.
Can't hear it.
Putting it.
All right, nice. Thank you, Azar. So yeah, that was a video showcasing the Solutions Challenge. If you could go on to the next slide. So it will start in January next semester, and then it'll end around March. So this will be around 10 weeks, potentially a couple more, give or take 10 weeks. And yeah, one point about this project is that it will be using at least one Google technology. So you're not limited to only using Google Tech, of course, but you're supposed to use at least one. So this could be anything. You could just make an app using Flutter, or if you want to make an Android app, that also counts. Or it could just be, if you want to make a web app, if you want to use React, whatever you want to do, just as long as you're using one Google technology, you'll be good. You could even just implement Firebase for something or use a GCP. And yeah, you'll be good. Next slide, please. And so the whole big idea about the Solutions Challenge is that you're supposed to be trying to address a problem that affects your community. So you guys, if you have any ideas of projects you might want to work on that address problems in our community, then feel free to start brainstorming. And if you need help, then you could always reach out to us. We're actually going to be helping out with that in the near future if anyone needs help. January also, we could have some potential ideas that you can take a look at and you can get inspired from. And you need to have a group of 4 maximum members. So you could also work on your own if you want. You could work in pairs of 2, pairs of 3, or 4. It just has to be no more than 4 students. And you have to be above the age of 18. And yeah, the time frame is between January and March. And it includes potential deadlines that we'll set up, which will be suggested, recommended deadlines and timeframes for your sprints, if that's the way you want to work. But you won't necessarily have to follow these deadlines. We're not going to enforce them. We're not going to kick you out of the contest or anything, or break into your house or whatever. You'll be all right. This is mostly one good thing about this project is that it's a little longer, it's a little drawn out. So it's also a bit easier to learn, maybe, if you learn better that way. There's some people that learn really well during hackathons because it's super like fast paced, it's intense, but sometimes if you're up super late during those crackhead hours, like you don't really learn much, you just get stuff done and like copy and paste. But yeah, this is a great opportunity. And then your project also will have to include a link to your repository when you submit it. And as previously mentioned, one Google technology will be used. So for resources, checkpoints, and deadlines, yeah, just check out that link. And apparently, yeah, Google Developer Experts will also be available to speak about potential issues with Google technology. And of course, our tech leads, our very gifted tech leads, will be able to help you out with any issues you might be having. That's why they're there. So yeah, feel free to reach out to us for any questions. Even before this begins, you can reach out to us through Discord or Instagram, whatever you use, and we can answer your questions. We're actually going to have a Q&A later on. Next slide, please. And so for the criteria, the way winners are chosen, the criteria is based on scalability, obviously, because these are apps that could possibly be deployed on like a global scale. So scalability, that's one, but it's not the most important thing. The most important thing is definitely technology and impact. And of course, like the impact taking the bigger cut. There's some projects that have been done in the past. Like last year, there were some projects that were not necessarily that complex with their technology, but they had a really, really significant social impact. So they were able to become part of the top 10. And now for the prizes. So if you win and become part of the top 10, you will be part of the demo day, first of all. So you get to show your project to Googlers, to Google developers, and also other developers, like developers from all kinds of different companies from all over the world. So that's a pretty big deal. If you're within the top 10, then you'll be able to be part of that demo day, which most likely will be remote, which isn't as cool as being there in person, because there were some really awesome like privileges that the winners got last year. They would get like free hotels and stuff. It was crazy. But yeah, still pretty awesome being able to demo your project to Google developers as well as others. And then you're also going to be getting mentoring in the future after you after the contest. If you win, you'll be getting mentoring from Google experts. So your submitted solution, you'll have the chance to improve upon it and make it even better. And on top of that, you'll have help from Google experts. And you'll also be featured in the Google Devs blog. That's really awesome. And a customized swag kit. Ooh, that must be interesting. Yeah, I wonder how you could customize it. Hopefully they don't just give you those like little funny hats that they wear at Google. Those aren't that cool, but whatever. You'll be able to customize it. And then a free Pluralsight subscription for 1 year. Yeah, that would be very useful for learning all kinds of new skills. And then I'll be passing it on to Azar for the grand prize, whatever that is.
So there is a grand prize for this. what is the grand prize? Oh yes, so if it's well, this is assuming that this is in person, that you would get to visit the Google headquarters and you would be able to be Googlers there and showcase your project. Well, we'll see. There has not been any reveals whether it's going to be virtual or in person for the demo day. But if it is, then you're gonna go to Cali, so the Sunshine State, I think. So that's gonna be that'll be awesome. So what kind of projects can you work on? Well, here's there's a bunch of infinite projects that. So we are the Sunshine State. My apologies. I'm not 100% sure what California is, but when I do find out, I will let you guys know in the Discord chat what type of state it is. But in any case, what kind of projects can you work on for your solution challenge? Well, it's very vast, and there is all sorts of projects that you can create. The main goal of the project is to be able to make a project that it makes a direct impact in your community. So these are the top 10 winners from last year. They are all from all over the world, and they address problems individually in each of their communities. So for instance, in the US, if UC Berkeley, there was Corona AI, that's the application that they made. For instance, and as Danny mentioned, in South Korea, Simhae was a Flutter application that was made for suicide prevention. And actually, that's actually we want to show this app to you right now, or at least their demo, so you can kind of see what one of the winners, how they made their application.
Korea has the highest suicide rate among OECD members. But why are there no suicide survivors around me? Chungnam is the region with the highest suicide rate in Korea for many years. Korean services are biased towards suicide prevention. In addition, social stigma makes suicide survivor hurt. Communication based on empathy is the first way to lead them to healing. So, we developed DeepSeek Mind, it's called Simhae. First, you must fully agree to the TOS. After logging, you can see the main page. The story written by user flows randomly. The phrase will give you courage in writing. If you want to write your story, press pencil button. You can change letters color according to your feeling, weather, emotion, etc. Also, you can always delete and modify it in My Page. You can check the location of Survivor Support Center and information about offline survivor meeting, about dates and time, location, etc. Click this button to go to the page that have collected the online cafe links. Additional information can be obtained via the help page. You can get up something you want to say. The memorial sentence disappears after a month. Your heart will be delivered. Please try to express your empathy by pressing emoji. If you have any question, refer to the help page. You can contact us about an inconvenience and services. We want to start online communication of survivor. After the time, we will hold day join offline meetings, talk and remember together.
Please tell me I don't have my self muted. Okay, I don't. Okay, cool. So that is an example of one of the projects that was made last year that made it to the top 10. Let me... Give me a second. Still learning how to use the internet.
Korea has the highest...
Okay. And yeah, so
Korea has the high...
Stop. So that was an example of one of the projects that was made during the last year. And if you go onto the Solution Challenge website, you'll be able to see all of the different projects that was made in the last year. So definitely check that out. And if someone could send that in the chat, that would be greatly appreciated, as I do not have access to that right now. But yeah, So that is actually, there was supposed to be a question here. Oh, shoot. Escape. Haha, we don't want to reveal that just yet. But my apologies, everyone. I'm not the best with the internet, so there apparently is not another slide asking if there's anyone has any questions. But does anyone have any questions about the solution challenge at all? About any of the requirements or what technologies you can use? Like if the project you have in mind would be valid for a solution challenge, you feel free to ask.
I think somebody mentioned a project to like find Florida Man. That was pretty smart.
Flying Florida Man. Yes. If you can somehow implement some sort of Google technology, maybe if you use the Google Maps API and it has a location on Florida Man at any given time, then that could count as a. And then maybe you want to make that in Flutter, so because you want to be able as a mobile app to be able to find Florida Man wherever, so that's a very valid and it makes impact in your community. So
Florida Man detection app.
Florida Man detection app. You guys should someone should write down that idea before someone else steals it, because that I know it's gonna be a contested choice for sure. Let me see. Oh, the chat there was a few messages being sent in the chat. Let me see if any of them are questions. Let's see. Not as far as I see. No questions. Anyone have any questions at all about the solution challenge?
So do we have like deadlines to do such a like things, or like how does it work?
So in terms of how our DSC is doing it, so Google has a deadline that will be either in March or will be in April. They haven't released the exact start and end time for the solution challenge, but at least how we will be handling the solution challenge for our DSC chapter is that we will be giving recommendations on how you can complete your project, sort of sprints, sort of timeframes that you could, in order, to get substantial progress throughout the time period. But our approach to the solution challenge is not to micromanage people in any sense, like by giving hard deadlines. As Danny mentioned, we won't go to your house if you don't get a deadline done or something of that sort. Don't worry, you won't see me outside your door. You just complete during the time frame what you can, because this is not only an opportunity to make something for the community and something to help give back. It's also an opportunity for yourself to grow and for you to become a better developer. And there's no better way to do that by getting into a project. So if you're completely new to have technology, but you want to explore it and you want to use it for your app. For instance, if you have no experience with Flutter, but you want to do that for your app, then you could take the time that you need to learn Flutter or learn as long as you go when you're making your project, and you can take that time as you need. The core team, will be there to support every single team and every single person that is doing the solution challenge along the way. So if you need help figuring out timeframes and stuff, we'll help you with that. But that's ultimately up to each team and you and your team members to figure out what kind of schedule you're doing, or what you're following. So that's at least in terms of like deadlines and stuff. But the only required deadline is the deadline by the end where you're supposed to turn in your solution challenge to Google. No problem. Let's see. Anyone else have any questions? Okay. If not, that's perfectly fine. You could continue to leave them in the chat. I'll revisit the chat later if you guys want to ask any questions. But let's move forward now with the rest of what we have for tonight. So here we have a feedback form that we would really appreciate if you guys were able to fill it out for us. It shouldn't take too long at all, but the purpose of this feedback form is for us, the core team, to to know what worked well and what maybe did not go so well for this organization. And if you guys are able to be truthful and tell us what you guys would like to see improved, what went well, then we can make those changes during the winter break and give y'all some nice, fresh content next semester. So there's a QR code over there. Go ahead and swipe it out, scan it using your phone, or there's a link over there, go.fiu.edu/DSA survey that you can fill out, and you'll get the results there. Thank you so much, Aldo, for putting in the chat, and we would greatly appreciate any feedback that you're able to provide. I'm gonna leave it just for like a few seconds. Okay, there's that. So to wrap up our final last bits of our presentation, we first wanted to recognize our developer of the month for October, the Java developer, the Java masochist, Clement Bo. Congratulations, Clement, on being the developer of the month for October 2020. You did good, homie. You're a true, I'm very grateful to have you a part of the organization and to have you keep on hanging out and doing cool stuff with us. And I hope you keep on doing so in the future. And now, unfortunately, Clement, I tried with the rest of the team. I tried to get you on for November 2020 to be the Java developer of the month, or possibly even developer of the year. But unfortunately, it's only one person per semester. So better luck next time. But on that note, presenting the developer of the month for November, drumroll please, is Aldo Sakaras. My boy, Aldo. Congratulations, you are the developer of the month for November 2020. Thank you so much for all of your dedication into DSE. You attend every single meeting for all of the developer communities, and you're always there for this organization. And even though I've only met for very recently, you've become very involved with DSE. So thank you so much for all of your hard work and effort into this organization, and keep on doing good stuff, man. You're a beast, bro. Yeah. Okay. So now that we have done that, so I have a favor to ask for you guys. If you guys are able to turn on your camera, so unfortunately we can never be in person because I ain't trying to get nothing. So, but I did want to take I did want to take a group photo if you guys have your cameras available, just so that we could commemorate our community for attending this meeting. I'll give you guys a few seconds, and then I'm gonna take a screenshot. I'm gonna mute myself for a second because when I screenshot, it becomes really loud, and everyone hates me for that. So I will mute myself. Alonso, you there, brother?
I'm here.
Okay, wait, are you able to turn on your camera?
Working on it.
No problem, man. I appreciate it. Okay, I'll let you guys know when I'm gonna take the picture. Okay, perfect. All right, everyone's looking so dapper tonight. Dang, we have a good looking community. Okay, I'm gonna take a picture. I'm gonna go with my hands. Okay. Awesome. Thank you all so much for the picture. I'm gonna send it in the chat very, very, very soon. Thank you all so much. And yes, so that's actually what we have for tonight. Thank you all so much for coming out. We make sure to stay connected with all of our social media platforms. We don't have the LinkedIn on there, but we recently got a LinkedIn. You just look up DSE-FIU on LinkedIn, and you could join our LinkedIn and become super professional with us. So you could join us on there. And we have an Instagram account at DSCFIU where we post most of our content and most of our announcements that are happening each week. So please follow us on there. We have our website, which is a Google Sites at the moment, but we are working on a something spicy. Make sure to stay tuned for that next semester with the pro Java developers that we have here working on that. And of course, join our Discord, as that's where the party is at constantly 24/7. We'll be doing our binary search parties, the karaoke. It's always a blast in the server. So make sure to join. And is that, yeah, that was the last slide. So thank you all so much for coming out. We're actually going to be heading to our Discord now, where we're going to be hanging out. We're going to be playing some Jackbox. So if you guys are down to hang out, see you guys there. So thank you all so much. Wait, Sabrina, wait, you said wait. What are we waiting on?
You didn't know, Azar? We have an announcement to make.
We have an announcement. Oh, we have an announcement. We have an announcement. Don't leave yes yet. Who's making the announcement?
I'm just kidding. I don't even know that.
What?
No.
What? Oh wait. Oh, picture part 2.
Oh, she wasn't there for the picture?
Oh.
Wait, what? Oh.
All right, bet. Let's take it again.
You just got memed, bro.
I got Lucas. Yeah, Lucas is our mascot for DSCFIU. He kind of looks like a panther. So there you go. It was very worth those extra.
Oh.
But very quick, actually, before we leave, I wanted to thank everyone in here for coming out, and as well for being involved with our community. As small as it is, as we're still very, very new. It's, at least for our organization, we're just getting started. We have our solution challenge happening next semester, and everyone's super cool here and whatnot. And I can't wait for what we have to come for the next year, for the next semester, and to keep on developing with you guys. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you all so much for believing in this organization and being a part of it, because it's even though we're not in person, it's still cool hanging out with you guys virtually and whatnot. So thank you all so much. And yeah, on that note, I'm going to stop the recording if I'm able to do that, because again, internet is not, I'm a CS major, but it's not necessarily my strongest suit.